Hi, welcome to Ascending Soul's Journey. This is Lori Ann, your medium, psychic, here, intuitive guidance counselor, life coach, to talk about spirituality. The questions that you always wanted to know on a spiritual basis that maybe you never got the answer to or you weren't sure about. My angels, my guides, and many of your guides I've called in to join us today as we go through these beautiful questions that you guys have sent me. I'm going to focus primarily on the questions, but there is one topic that I wanted to touch base on today as well, which is the best investment for you to make in your lifetime. Hi, you guys. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. And yeah, really sorry about last week. I had every intention of doing my show. I was traveling, and where I was located last week, when I got there, I was able to connect on all my platforms across the board. But within 2 days, there was some internet problems, cable problems, whatever. I don't know. The cable guy came. You know, knock knock. Cable guy's here. And I couldn't get on to any of my platforms. I couldn't upload to YouTube. I mean, I was just shut down. I had to call my son to make bank transfers for me. I couldn't even get into my banking, so it kind of sucked. But I got my project pretty much done. That's what I was there for. Thank you, and you are very welcome. So today what I'd like to do is answer, I'm not going to get to all of the questions, but I know that these are questions that have been waiting for quite a while. So I want to go ahead and start with the questions, and then I will follow up with the main topic about the best investment that you can make. Okay, so the first question that we have is from Sabrina, and I think I may have answered one of them on a past show, but I wanted to make sure, and I'm gonna, if I did, just just fast forward or whatever. So Sabrina's asking, how would I know when I meet a soulmate? Are there any signs? Right? Soulmate connection is so incredibly different. Hi, you guys. Thank you for joining. It is a beautiful relationship that is going to make you a little bit confused. What happens when you meet this person, it'll be out of the blue. You aren't expecting, it's not like a date setup. It's not anything like that. It's just boom, they walk in and you guys see each other, and there's an instant connection. And what I mean by that connection is you feel like you've known them your entire life, like you know them really well. You know everything about them. Some of you may actually see them in your dreams before you meet them. And I'm talking weeks, months, some people it's even been years, repetitive. Mine was years, almost a lifetime, where I actually met that particular person. Because I saw him when I was younger, when I was in my teenage years. I saw, well, when I was even younger than that. The connection is very, very deep, and you will feel very safe. You'll feel like you can open up to that person, okay? So that's a hello, welcome, Jody. I haven't seen you in a while. Nice to see you. So that is a really good way to know about if it's a soulmate. You're going to just feel this connection. We can walk away from anybody. I mean, most of us, if somebody says no, no means no, right? I mean, there are some people that think no means yes, but most of us don't. Most of us think no means no. This person walks away, or you are the runner, one of you are the runner, and then all of a sudden the person who can walk away from anybody goes chasing after this person. And I don't mean chasing. Sometimes it can become obsessive, where you're constantly trying to get their attention, draw them in back to you. Now, that's a really good clue, okay? So if there's somebody you're really drawn to and you can't let go, you can't stop thinking about them, can't shake them off, yeah, they could very well be a soulmate to you. The next question is, when the angels talk to you, do they say, yes, these two are soulmates? Do they also tell you what they are put into each other's life for? So when my angels that are around me talk to me when I ask them. Again, and some of you and those who are new, so that you know, when angels communicate, not spirit guides, not guides, angels, okay? Usually they're very quiet, or mine are. Every single angel around me is quiet my entire life. And people that I've known, my mentor, other people that I've known that have the abilities that I do, they're very quiet. So when I ask, is this a soulmate relationship? They'll say yes. That's it. Yes. So that's for me. Now, those of you who know how to communicate to your angels, maybe they talk more to you, but I have not found that. Guides, yes, they talk. I've got some that talk as much as I do. Now, as far as telling me what the life purpose is for that person, they will only tell me that if I specifically ask them for a specific person for a reading. They will tell me usually, not always. And the reason why is the journey that you're about to embark upon, or you have just entered in, is about self-growth. Hi, welcome. It's about self-growth, self-discovery, right? So if I were to turn around and tell you it's this, most of you are going to say no. And here's what happens. You guys get a reading, right? And those of you who know me, you get a reading from me and I tell you about the future. And some people are like, yeah, no, I had a beautiful, and she's beautiful. I love this woman. Nicole is her name. She had sent me a message saying, you know, when you gave me that reading, I didn't think that, there was no way. There was no way. Because it was like 3, 4, 5 months out. And she said, you said this was going to happen at X time, it happened. So she went through and she said, I am blown away that everything I thought wouldn't happen did happen. So when somebody turns around and asks their angels about their client and what the lessons are that they need to learn, that person might say, I am not going to be a public speaker. No, I don't like talking in crowds. So it's very difficult to grasp something so far out. And when you go through this journey, it can lead you into a whole different lifestyle, a whole different career. Everything you had planned out has now changed, and you're happy with the changes. So sometimes they don't, usually they do for specific people. And her next question is, do soulmates just come into one's life and then leave when they're done with their, what, she spelled that wrong, with what they were contracted to do? So those of you and those of you who've just started the Soulmate Journey class with me, you already are aware of this, right? Soulmates come into each other's lives to promote healing and growth within themselves. They trigger you, you trigger them. And it's all about separating. And the healing begins in separation when there's no communication. If you have communication with your soulmate, it's going to slow the process down, period. Doesn't matter if it's a twin flame or soulmate. It's going to slow the process down because it's about internal growth, spiritual growth, emotional growth, even physical growth, meaning going in a healthier direction, right? Healing. It's all about healing. So sometimes soulmates come in, and in the end, we can reconcile our differences because somebody's done something that really upsets the other, or both people have. And in the end, there will be a conversation. It could be an email. It could be a text message. It could be actually bumping into them in a place, you know, some restaurant where you see them sitting outside. But there will be some type of communication. It could be, hey, I'm sorry about everything I said and done. Sit. Okay, bye. And then they both move on. Sometimes they're able to work through those differences and they actually wind up being a life partner together. So when you're asking, do they just come in and then they learn and then leave? Primarily, yeah. Primarily, yes, but not always no. They prepare us for the life partner is what's taking place. So whether it's with your actual soulmate or with a brand new soulmate that God's put into your life, you're going to move into a beautiful relationship, which is really probably not what some of you want to hear right now, right? Because you want the person you want. I've been there. I know. I get it. I got it. But that connection will be broken when you have that conversation that I'm talking about. Then you will have to start from brand new, where the two of you reacquaint yourself and move forward together. So, and for those of you who are in the soulmate journey, I do have that soulmate journey transformation class starting on September 14th. September 14th. So if you are interested, AscendingSoulsJourney@gmail.com. Hello, Jeremy. The next question is from Ivan, and he's asking, and I know I've talked about it, but I'm going to go ahead and share it with you because one of the things that you guys are experiencing, whoever is going through a spiritual transformation, is a lot of confusion, a lot of convolution. It's a period of time when we're literally in two separate minds. We have the conscious mind, and then we have our soul, which is connected to the subconscious mind. The in-between, that's the confusion. That's where everything is like, I don't know who I am. 1 minute we love, 1 minute we hate. 1 minute we want to say we're sorry, the next minute we're blaming the other person. So it's back and forth, back and forth. So his question is, he's going through a spiritual transformation and wondering what the symptoms are and making sure he's not losing his mind, because you will feel like you are going crazy, okay? This is what I teach in the Soulmate Journey class about the transformation, but I go into more depth in the class. So if you're truly interested, I do recommend that you take that class. When we go through the journey, when we start it, we're going to start seeing you're not going crazy. If you're in a transformation, you're not going crazy, but it does feel like it. It does. You start hearing voices. You start forgetting things. You can't remember anything, or you can remember this. You replay things over and over and over in your mind. Typically, if it's brought on, well, it doesn't matter what soulmate, what type of soulmate you that triggered you into the journey. It doesn't have to be a romantic soulmate that triggers us, right? But this is really about seeing angel numbers. Those are the repetitive numbers. 1111 is one of the most common ones. 222, waking up at 2:22 in the morning, or 3:15, waking up in the middle of the night, almost all the time. It's like our life turns upside down from the way we know it, because what the universe is doing, much like when a lot of the troops, the military people, go into the military. Here's this guy from high school. He's the high school star, the football star, right? He's joining the military. He's like, I got this. You guys just sit back. I'm going to protect you. Well, the military cannot have that, because they have to have complete unity out on that front line. They have to cover each other's back and vice versa. So that star player that is used to all the attention has to be stripped down to where they degrade them and knock them down on their knees, to where they tell them you are useless, there's something wrong with you, right? You guys know what I'm talking about. Guilt, all of these things that make us feel super bad about ourselves within. And then what the military does is they rebuild them. They rebuild their confidence. They rebuild them in order to become a unit to protect each other's back, so that they are open, so they can connect with each other. That's what God has created. That's what the universe has created throughout this journey. It is a form, this convolution, this confusion you're experiencing, thinking you're crazy. is knocking you down because you are going to rebuild yourself. You are going to rebuild yourself, okay? And when you rebuild yourself, it's the better version of you. Doesn't mean you don't know who you are. You do. For the first time in your life, you will know who you are, what you want, where you want to go, and how you're going to get there. And if you don't know, you're going to say, you know what? Bring it on. I'm ready. Okay? And go with the flow and act like the fool in the tarot. Be the fool. Be the fool. So there are synchronicities. A lot of synchronicities. Dark night of the soul, which is not just one night. Okay? That is a reflection of exactly what I just talked about. That dark night of the soul is knocking you down. You may see demonic faces, hear voices. You can feel entities walking around. You feel them touching you. So there's a lot of incredible things that take place while we go through the journey. But the biggest ones of all, the biggest ones is listening. You can hear your partner, kiss, kiss. You can hear your partner talking to you, and it's telepathic communication where they're talking to you and you start talking to them and it's like, what am I doing? Oh my God. You know what I mean? You guys know what I'm talking about because that's what takes place. So there are a few of you that have not had telepathic communication. That's okay. Don't think that there's something wrong. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, so anxiety, he has a lot of anxiety. He feels when he wakes up in the morning. So it's probably coming from your solar plexus, Ivan. That pulling sensation is like, oh my God, what is going on? Like you're going to get in trouble, like something's wrong. Panic, anxiety, that is part of the journey, absolutely. Okay, so the next question we have is about God. So Mandy sent in a question. Through your experience, can you explain and describe God? Okay. Yes, Nina. Yeah. She's saying faces pop up, headaches, things like that. Hi, Fran. Welcome. So through my experience regarding God, yes, God is real. I call God God. Some people refer to God as a higher being. Some people refer to the higher being as their higher self. So there's a multitude of different names. I do refer to them as God. Some call the highest being the divine, spirit, God, Buddha, and we can go on and on about all the different names. So whatever name is what you're accustomed to, please adapt that into this conversation right now. So yes, I hear God, absolutely. For those of you going through the journey, okay, when you get your life purpose, it will come about 3/4 of the way through your journey, whether your journey is 16 months or 10 years, it doesn't matter. When you are just about to the end, you will be told what your life purpose is. Now, it typically is from that higher source, that higher being, okay? God did talk to me. God to me is masculine. It can be masculine. Some people hear God as a woman, and that's okay. Because you see, God's going to relate to you whatever works best for you. So what works best for me, calling God and referring to God as a masculine entity, you may think it's your higher self and it's feminine. It's the feminine side of you, and that's okay. It's believing in the power. There is something, someone greater than us that is controlling, has all this universe, and I'm not talking the earth. I'm talking the universe, because there is life on other planets. It's everywhere. And we're seeing those beings all over the place here on Earth right now for a reason. So God comes to us and speaks to us. Typically, this will be done through our spirit guides, all kinds of guides, through angels, through archangels, through masters, all kinds of communication. It can be from animals. It can be from the deceased coming back to give you a message from the other side. So when we're looking at the word God, God is a powerful being, the leader of all of us. Okay, whichever direction you want to take that. So I hope that helps you, Mandy. And that would be like a 5-hour segment all on its own for me to go into more detail. I didn't catch all of that. I'm so sorry. I'm using a small device today. So yeah, we have to use the smaller sentences. Now what I'd like to talk about is the best investment you can make for you. What is the best investment we can make for us? Is it investing in the stock market? Is it buying a home? Is it buying a car, furniture? Is it putting it away in a sock and burying it in the ground? Okay. The best investment is investing in you, in ourself. Because in order for us to know what we really want in life, you look at all the people who graduate high school and they don't know what they want to major in because they don't really know who they are. So they invest in them by going to college. College teaches them life. That's about life experience, which is why oftentimes, well, today is a little bit different age, but 10 years ago, they would hire somebody, they have somebody who has 20 years of experience and they excel in that industry and that particular field. Then you have somebody over here who just got out of college getting a 4-year degree. Why will they pick one over the other? They will pick the one from college, even though they don't have the experience, because they know life lessons. They've learned how to follow rules. They've learned who they are. They know what feels right inside of them. The best investment you can make is investing in you. When it comes to our healing, to transformations, to growth of self on any level, investing in you is the best investment you can make. The knowledge you learn from education and skill set certifications, you take that out and you produce with that. And you're able to take care of you, creating independency, self-sufficiency, right? When we invest in Reiki, it's clearing out the chakras, right? We have issues, healing issues we need to resolve. That blockage is there. And you guys, when you're going through this journey, you're feeling this pulling sensation from the center of your chest. It's not the heart. Think about it the next time you feel that pain. It isn't in the heart itself. It's directly to the right of the heart. That's the soul. That's where the pain is. Those little sharp pokes, that's from the soul. The soul is in the chakras, in alignment all the way down your body. So if we have a top chakra, we have our third eye, we have our throat chakra, which most of you right now, because my throat is really tense, so somebody or a multiple of somebody's has your chakras closed up in your throat, but then it goes all the way down the body. If one of these are blocked, you can't figure things out. It does hold you back. It can hold you back from money. It can hold you back from love. It can hold you back from creating a beautiful, harmonious life for you and creating for your family as well. So, okay. Investing in you is the #1 asset because you are your #1 asset. That's you. So the best investment you can ever make is in yourself, right? So I hope that helps you guys. I also had somebody ask me a question, and I know I've addressed this on a different video, and you guys really look back at the live segments that I've done because a lot of the questions that you're asking are in those live segments, okay? especially if you're in the journey, especially if you're dealing with a soulmate or a twin flame. I have answered a lot. Now I've stopped answering too much of the soulmate because you really need to hear it in a consecutive boom, 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 boom. Because when you hear a little here and a little 2 weeks later, and then a week later, another piece, it still is creating that confusion. So when we do all of this in consecutive in the class, it's going to make a lot more sense. Plus you get to actually communicate with me because we are able to see and speak to each other through this class. Somebody asked me about stomach pain that they're experiencing right now. And actually, this pain that they are experiencing is because they are in the journey. So a lot of us will have intestinal issues while we go through the journey. Most of us, not all of us, but many of us have actually had that happen way before the journey. Some of you may have started the journey like I did. If you, some of you may recall, I had said I started it when I was about 25, 26, somewhere in that age. When I was able to have major breakthroughs with my career, I thought I took care of everything. I did. I thought I took care of all of it, but I didn't. I didn't handle the relationship side. So I continued to have repetitive cycles. Now, it was explained to me why, okay, and it's going to be different for all of you. But those intestinal pains are part of what's going on. That's the healing. You will have headaches, all kinds of symptoms, medical symptoms come through. People who have never had an illness and they go through this journey will wind up being sick a lot of drainage, a lot of congestion in here because it's around the third eye. Third eye is here. This is where we have our connection, is the top chakra, and the third eye is what gives us the ability to communicate, to connect to other people because we are all connected. So, yeah, thyroid, right. Surgery, I think you're saying surgery. So all of these ailments will start happening and then they go away. They come and they go. They come and they go. Sometimes they stay for a month and then they're gone and you're like, oh, wow, what happened? I feel so much better. You have more energy, only to have it follow up and boom, it comes back again. So you really want to, can you heal yourself? Yes. You really want to make sure that while you're going through the journey, really pay attention to what you're eating. And for many of you who are having those stomach issues, there's a lot of things that can be done to help with the pain and to help alleviate the pain, okay? I can't say it specifically now because it could be different for 10 of you, it's this, and 8 of you, it's this. So obviously I can't do it, but there are things like coconut oil, coconut water, apple cider vinegar. I'm very much into holistic healing because God's put everything on this earth that we actually need. I don't mean surgery, that obviously needs to come from a medical professional, but there's everything here. That's how people survived before we started having medicine. Yogurt. Jody finds yogurt helps her a lot with her stomach. Yogurt has what in it? Probiotics. Probiotics actually are a healant to your intestinal digestive system. So that's why that yogurt is helping you, Jody. So it's got probiotics in it. And yeah, I take probiotics every day. Those of you who have psychic abilities, especially empaths, you have a lot of stomach issues. Yes, holistic healing, yes. You may have a lot of stomach issues, so you probably want to take a look at that, okay? And through the journey, you're going to be changing your mindset on food that you used to love, and then it's just like, ugh, it just tastes icky. You guys know I love coffee. Oh my God, I love coffee. And no, it's not on the other side. So I love, love, love coffee. But we still have to be very careful about how much we drink, right? So we have to make sure that if we're going to take a coffee, caffeine has a lot of acid in it. Acid irritates a stomach that's already having indigestive, digestive problems. I do too, Shauna. She's saying she had some testing done and hopes it's okay. Hello. So I hope that that helps you guys. If you do want more questions answered personally, please feel free to book a reading with me. I really recommend, you know, to find out what's going on with your soulmate, to find out about your personal self-growth, your abilities. That would be an actual personal session, not a reading, because I need to communicate with you one-on-one. Headaches are definitely, you know, headaches, she's saying that she has headaches. So when we are opening, what's going on is your soul is opening up. It's like cracking an egg open, right? And so it's starting to open up. It shakes, it shimmies, and it cracks open like a little duck is going to pop out. But we don't have a little duck in there, you know. Your third eye is also opening up to a stronger, greater connection to the other side. We all have it, but we forget that we have it, and sometimes we don't even know how to use it. When it starts to open up, when you're going through this journey and you're psychically becoming in tune to how to do, how to connect, who you really are, okay? You're gonna have a lot of headaches. You're gonna have, I get a lot of sinus infection. That's that dark under here because I actually have been dealing with a sinus infection that won't go away. So it, you know, it affects us all in the sinus area. So if the third eye is here, it's in this part, right? This is connected to the nose, to the ears. So you're gonna have all of this. You may actually get a lot of migraines as well, not just regular headaches. But yeah, headaches is a real big one. Back issues, lower back pain is typically caused from stressing about money, a lack of finances, a lack of love can fall under that category as well, but most definitely money. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, you want to post it. I do have a couple other questions that I will pick up next week. Megan had a lot of headaches during the eclipse season. Yes, absolutely. That really, I don't know about you guys, but over the last, well, mine started in early July, but all through August, it just recently stopped. Now I'm starting to get my energy back, okay? All of this planetary alignments, and we're having a very unusual planetary year. This year, from January all the way through now, all the way through January of next year, there's a lot of shifts taking place in the planet and the universe, the atmosphere itself. Shifts are taking place. These shifts are altering you in your body. Our bodies are connected to the earth, right? We are connected. So as the earth shifts, our body does as well. It's triggering things in us. It wants us to do our healing. So that's why you're getting those questions. Is there time to add? Yes, you can ask for another reading, Celia. Yeah. So I hope that you guys have benefited from this somehow. And I have absolutely enjoyed doing this for you. If you would like a personal reading, AscendingSoulsJourney.com. If you would like to find out about a personal one-on-one session with me or the classes that I offer, which are all shown on my website, you can email me at AscendingSoulsJourney@gmail.com. Everything is Ascending Souls Journey. It's in the About section. It's all over the place, and it is for most. Thank you, Nina. Have a wonderful day, you guys, and I will see you next week. Much love.